Friday, August 8th, and we are looking at the market updates from yesterday, Thursday, August 7th. So let's start with our utilities focused dashboard. And we can see here the three big gainers are a good representation of the utilities industry at large. We've got Atmos Energy, the gas company located here in Dallas, NextEra Energy down in Florida, so electric distribution, renewables generation, and then finally NRG Energy, more of a traditional power generation company located here in Houston. So I wanted to point out on our pie chart, this will be the last utilities focused video, just the big four electric companies, NextEra being one of them, Southern Company based out of Georgia, Constellation's power generation, they're up in the DC area, but Duke and AEP were the ones I wanted to point out. And if we take a look at those here in our sector dashboard, we can see NextEra, Southern Company, Duke, AEP, and also wanted to point out Sempra. They're really big too. They've got Encore here in Texas and San Diego Gas and Electric in Southern California. So those are the big heavy hitters on the index and are often compared to each other in the analysis of the sector. So let's take a quick look at the overall markets and the daily update dashboard. The biggest loser on the day, also in the Bay Area, Fortinet. Not sure what's driving that, but they're down 22%. And the biggest gainer, if we go back up to the Northeast, Massachusetts, we can see that that is Insulet up 9.47%. And a bit of an interesting spatial pattern here with lots of losses here in New York, and then all the New Jersey companies seem to be up on the day. Just thought that was a little interesting. So back to our sector dashboard, just to wrap things up for the day, end out our utilities focus. Let me take a quick look at Exelon. This is another company I wanted to cover very quickly because they've got ComEd in Chicagoland, but also PECO here in Pennsylvania and Baltimore Gas and Electric. So one thing to keep in mind when you're following utility companies is that there's basically four words they care about: clean, safe, reliable, and affordable. And the leadership is often only able to focus on one truly. So keep in mind that right now a lot of attention is around reliability because of all the demand and the capital allocation going into data center growth, but very often you'll see things flow back into clean, safe, reliable, affordable as the priorities for the leadership. It's something to keep an eye on. Now, the last thing I wanted to cover today, just very quickly, I've been focused on the US. We've also got some S&P 500 members here in Europe. So a couple in Ireland, in the UK, one up there in the Netherlands, and then four here in Switzerland. So we've got Chubb, Amcor, TE Connectivity, and then important for our geospatial industry, Garmin. Now, even though we have a 39% tariff rate on Switzerland now, these companies are believed to be largely unaffected. Their supply chains, business are largely outside of the company. They're just located there for tax purposes. So that's going to do it for our utilities-focused update. We're going to start next week focusing on the energy sector and some of the interrelationships, sometimes an inverse relationship between the stock performance of energy companies and the stock performance of utility companies. These are intended to kind of build one on top of the other. But as always, really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you Monday. Thank you.